All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Listen Dude Podcast, episode 16, I believe.
Yes.
We got a special guest today, Cameron Whitfield.
Whitfield.
Yeah.
Great to be here.
Yeah, so we were all buddies in high school.
Yeah.
We knew each other in high school. I remember we actually did remember when we got taken out of class for a week to do like that drug
Dare?
Like I don't know if it was there, but we went to that building and we had like a couple. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good talk. Good talk.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Wait a minute. What did we do?
I can't remember exactly. It was like it was a bunch of people there, and they it was like the counselor was there, and she talked about a bunch of stuff, and then at the end, they were like, "Tell us one thing that you learned from this, or why you decided to come to this event." And I was kind of shy back then, and so I was like, "Cam, you should just say you came for the ladies." And then you're like, "I came for the ladies," and everybody laughed. So I should be your writer.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'll send a contract.
Yeah. Talk to your manager.
Yeah.
Your wife.
And to be fair, I saw a lot of counselors in high school, so it's like
Hey, that's fair. That's
can't
fair.
pick one.
Yeah. And then we hung out at what's that bar in Liberty?
The corner.
Well,
The
yeah,
Landing.
The Landing. Uh-huh.
Remember that? We all
Yeah.
got together for that. That was a good time.
Gosh, that was like a year ago, wasn't it?
That was that long ago.
Yeah.
And I tried to get us all together earlier this year, and no one responded.
Yeah, that's a bicentennial thing,
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
to get a bunch of dudes
Like a bunch of like some of the worst dudes to like keep a thing
I think
to get them all together. That was
Plus kids and wives and all
Right.
that too.
Yeah.
So
right.
Yeah. So I guess we usually try to ask like what movies we've seen lately. Have you guys seen any good movies?
real quick. Okay, I get an email. Have you ever listened to our podcast before?
Yes.
Okay, so we talk about movies sometimes. At least I do, because I like movies.
Uh-huh.
So 3 episodes ago, we had Jared Melma on as a guest. He kept telling me to watch this movie with Seth Rogen movie. Came out last year called American Pickle. I was checking my email the other day. He cash at me $5 to buy it, to buy the movie. That's how desperate he was for me to watch it.
Wow.
So I watched it, American Pickle, Seth Rogen, Jared. It was great. I actually thought it was an awesome movie. Great story, kind of silly, but it was funny. That's all I got. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
I won't.
Yeah.
I won't go in too depth about it right now, but I will talk to Jared about it. But it was good. Thanks for the $5. I mean,
Cam, have you seen anything?
I saw Prey. Did you guys see Prey?
I haven't. It's on Hulu.
Oh man.
I heard it's good.
Oh, that is.
Is it only on Hulu?
really good.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that-
Yeah.
It is really good, but it makes me realize.
Because it is like,
I think I read it was like the first film to be passed fully First Nation or something like that, right?
Oh,
like
okay.
First Nation lead, a First Nation everything.
Gotcha. Interesting.
And like, one thing that film made me realize is like, man, I don't know anything about First Nation at all. Like, I don't know if they were funny. I don't know if they were dry. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever really heard their language.
yeah,
you know?
and when you're talking about First Nation, you're talking about
Like Native Americans.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just so people don't for Jaron.
I don't know.
for the people at home, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
What
no.
we grew up calling Native Americans, I guess.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I've watched like 5 minutes of it and I liked it.
it was
But
so good.
I usually only get the TV at night when my fiance's asleep. So,
And I'm not a scary
movie guy.
Me
One
neither.
time in high school, I was seeing a movie with a friend of mine, and we got up and walked out.
because it was so scary.
Yeah, just like I think it was the Bone Collector or the
Or Polar Express.
Polar Express. Yeah,
Harry Potter 4, man.
Yeah.
I don't get
Let me
that.
tell you.
Okay, the Bone Collector. I don't think I've seen that.
I don't do scary movies.
Put it on the
either,
list. I used to not like scary movies, but then I found that I like the adrenaline rush I get whenever I get scared.
Uh-huh.
So
Nope.
I'm messed up.
Man. Nope.
I gotta go see a counselor.
Yeah, well,
At
at least one.
do they help?
No.
I mean, come on. Look.
Sunday morning, I'm high.
Yeah.
They don't. Counselors don't help.
Amen. So Kim, you're a woodworker, right?
Yes, sir.
You whittle wood.
I whittle it and I look at it.
Okay, I saw one of your projects on Facebook. Actually, I think it was a bookshelf that you did or something recent.
Uh-huh.
What did you do recently?
I saw like a bench thing like you did like a couple months ago, like this like corner seating thing.
Oh, right. You know, that was actually in a tree house that they had
Really?
constructed. Yes, and it
Oh.
was this guy's like personal library.
That sounds pretty.
And
What a nerd.
yeah, what a nerd. And he had like a bar and stuff up there, but the treehouse was really cool. It wasn't really a treehouse; it was just a house that he put on stilts
Where was this at?
in Liberty.
Was it by the middle school, kind of?
Yes.
Okay, I think I might know what you're talking about because my fiance's grandparents have a house right next to him. I think.
Uh-huh.
I think, and it does it look really cool? Like,
Oh
real-
yeah. Oh yeah. It's got
Okay.
a slide off of it. And
Oh,
it's
my
got 2
gosh.
levels. It's amazing. It's nicer than my
Dang.
house.
Well, I guess if things go south, you just go up there,
Right.
backpack up there,
Live there.
Backpack.
read his books, rip out pages. So he's
Drink
like,
his
what the-
scotch.
Yes. Oh, I love scotch. I love a good scotch. Okay. So you woodwork, but you also do stand up.
Yeah. I've been known to do stand up. Sure.
Okay. I think we'd like to talk to you about that for a little bit.
Yeah, let's
if we
do
could.
I'm a big stand up fan.
Uh-huh.
I like watching. I like the art of it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. My first question is: I feel like if you're a comedian or you dabble in it or something, like you always have.
Wait, before we get into that, why don't we ask him about his journey in comedy before you kind of get into the.
That's what I'm getting to.
Oh, okay. I thought you had another question.
So
All right, go ahead.
every like comedian. So like when I think of I like Bill Burr.
Uh-huh.
I like Dave Chappelle.
Sure.
Bill Burr, his jokes are like he always has like a certain group of people that he makes jokes about,
Uh-huh.
and it's usually women. for Bill Burr, with Dave Chappelle, it's the LGBTQ community, mainly the T's.
Uh-huh.
If I was a stand-up comedian, I feel like mine would be white trash people.
Uh-huh.
I
Sure.
think I think they're on another level.
Uh-huh.
Do you have one?
Um,
Some don't maybe, but I feel
no,
like
because in order to do that and be good at it, you have to be good at stand-up comedy. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be funny.
so you don't
and-
think you're funny?
Well, I know people who pay me who don't think I'm funny, you know?
Well, you
Okay.
not everyone's gonna think you're funny.
Sure, of
Not
course.
everyone's gonna think you're funny.
But the problem is not everybody thinks you're going to be funny.
And, you know, for me, stand-up comedy is an art, and I use stand-up comedy as an art because I can't paint or draw or
Oh, I got you.
or write, you know, and I
Read.
tried or read barely. And I tried like playing guitar, and
Yeah.
I saw your Facebook like a stats you did yesterday or something like I've been playing guitar for 20 years and still suck at it or something, or you
Yeah.
said something like that.
I've been playing good. I had that thought yesterday. I've been playing guitar for 20 years, and I'm really shit at it. How good of a dad could I be in 10? You know, it's like, God, these poor kids.
No.
I need to play some guitar with this guy.
We should jam.
His skills have
think-
gotten really good.
I think a long time ago when I was in the Air Force, I think I posted a video to YouTube of me playing guitar or something. And you're like, hey, we should jam sometime.
Hell yeah.
And
Well, I'm here to, you know, keep those promises. I never forget.
So I have to ask, did you when you do stand up, do you have like a script? Do you have ideas of what you're gonna talk about, or do you just get like obliterated and then you just go up there and
improv it
and free willy it?
All right, that's a great lead-in question. I'm freezing. I'm shaking.
Here.
I feel like a puppy dog.
Let me go. Do you need a blankie?
I'll take a blanket.
Yeah, you're right over.
You're right under the AC. Or I can just go turn the AC
No,
off.
it's fine. It's fine. I'll just man up.
Please.
But your nipples are
No, they're not like that.
bleeding.
So I started stand up because of a divorce, and like I was in a bad place, and I sold cars at the time, you know, and I had a lot of one-liners that I used.
That sounds like a great origin story.
It's not bad. It's not bad, and I'm not the only one too, which is
Gotcha.
there's like I don't know, it just when I sold cars, we used this thing called word tracks. and like they taught you to think in word tracks, so you know what question those people were going to ask, and you
knew exactly how to respond to it,
and you could know 3 or 4 answers down the line.
Yeah,
and so like that was selling cars was a terrible thing for me to do at 18 because it like wired my brain like that, and I'm only unwiring it now, like to be able to have a normal conversation with somebody.
Oh, I see. I get what you're saying. Without kind of like analyzing it that certain way. I understand.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But comedy is supposed to work a lot like that. And word tracks.
Yes.
Word tracks. You get to you memorize those. You know, but it's not a script. You just know that if this says that, then that goes here.
Gotcha.
And boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Well, comedy can be learned the same way. If you say this and they like this, then you can move to that. Or if they don't like this, then you kind of say this, and then this will bring them back a little. And so, like, you're supposed to have a script. And some people, I know people that only say what they wrote down to say. They'll go up and write word for word, pause for everything. But I've never had, like, a good memory, you know? So, like, I can't do that. I can't remember that.
Wait a minute. About the guitar thing, you said you never forget. So now you're a liar. No, I'm kidding.
Who are you, my ex-wife? Come on.
Okay. I would always think that maybe a balance between the two is kind of what people need.
Right.
You know, because you have to be loose enough to where if someone heckles you, you know, or tries to throw like a machete at you, you're on your toes.
Right.
You know?
It's easy, and I'll tell you this, too. It's easy to armchair quarterback it.
Okay.
Because
I understand.
Because even though it's only 5 minutes or 7 minutes, you know, when you're up there, that's like you're feeling every second.
Yeah,
and
I understand.
You have to know and feel every second while you're up there. And so it's easy to armchair quarterback something like that. And I'm only saying this to save my ass because I'm going to say some shit, you know, and then somebody might hear it and call me out for some shit that I do. And
gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Well,
because I don't do it very well.
So I guess how
say it.
No, so that's kind of your way of expressing yourself.
Yeah.
And what took you down that path instead of doing something else, like maybe guitar or something, you know? Or
I tried playing guitar, but like, I just wasn't very good.
Okay.
You know, and
just
I
practice.
I had this thought the other day. There's a film called A Year and a Half in the Life, and it follows Metallica. Well, they record.
I love Saint Anger.
Nope. Well, they record the Black Album. Well, they record it, and then they go on tour. Well, in this video, there are ladies just throwing themselves at James and Kirk.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And and I saw that when I was like 12.
You're like,
and I'm like, oh
yeah.
And these guys were kind of like assholes too.
Yeah,
you know? So I was like, okay, that's just the way that it's done.
Yeah, right.
And
you gotta have money, dude.
Right.
And
right. And I got good at being the asshole part. You know? I never did get good at playing guitar. That wasn't my thing.
Okay. So whenever you would go on stage, I would assume the venues would provide free alcohol to you?
Some of the places, yes.
Okay.
And for a while, you know, that's why I did comedy, was because it was
free drinks.
Well, for a long time, I paid for my drinks for a long time.
Oh, okay.
And I paid for my drinks for a long time.
Gotcha. So,
and eventually they did start giving you drinks. But when they started giving me drinks, that's when I was like, man, I shouldn't. People are gonna pay me. I shouldn't be fucking trashed.
I gotcha.
Yeah, on stage, and then because they were paying me.
Are you shaking?
Shivering.
Here, I'll go turn the AC off.
It looks like Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic over
Well, you know, there's room for me, Rose.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Because I thought about that, and I mean, I've seen and as far as stand-up comedy goes, dude, I've seen your name in like venues. You know, they're like, oh, with Cameron Whitfield.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's really cool.
It is cool, and it is to be the guy that everybody looks at and like everybody pays attention to. I'm shivering. It's so cold.
I can tell in his voice.
So cold.
I got you.
Give me that.
There you go, buddy.
Oh man.
I turned the AC on. It's so funny. I saw it. I didn't say nothing. I thought you were having like withdrawal from something.
Come on, kiddo.
Oh my god. This is how I normally am on a Sunday morning.
There you
anyway.
go. Jeez. I thought I saw you shivering. I thought you were having like withdrawal from cocaine or something.
I could tell your voice was like going up and down because you were like freezing.
Let me drink this cold coffee.
Yeah.
Because hypothermia, like on a podcast. Oh man.
Oh god.
Well, when it gets hot outside, that's the spot to be right
This is
there.
right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right there.
Wow.
Right here
That's
about
a first.
3.
That's funny.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about doing stand up sometime.
Sure.
But I just feel like the nerves thing would be the downfall, because I mean you're putting yourself up there to be judged by a lot of people. You know.
Well, and you're putting yourself. Well, yeah, but I think it's a good thing because if you can go up there, it's not about going up there once and
I see.
and failing. It's about like because that first time there is absolutely nothing like bombing in front of a full crowd of people, or even your first time, even like 6 people. There's nothing like it because you just. In what other way do you get judged like that?
Right.
In life.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot of balls.
It does.
to do
Yeah,
that.
that's what I. Yeah, exactly.
It does,
exactly.
but it's not about that first time you go up. It's thinking, okay, that was how it can't get worse.
Gotcha.
You know,
gotcha.
like,
yeah.
It's not going to get worse.
Is it one of those things where like the more you do it, the more comfortable you get on stage?
Yeah,
and-
you have to. It is a muscle. Comedy is a muscle, and that's and I am a bit hesitant because right now I'm not on a hiatus, but I'm only doing it to make sure I remember how to do it.
Gotcha. I understand. Yeah.
So that
yeah, I understand.
Because summer's a hard time for me. With I got 3 kids, and it's hard to devote the amount
Yeah.
of time that it takes.
Just
Bless you.
It's hard to devote that amount of time because it is a muscle, and the more you do it, the better you get, and that is the only way to be good at it.
Do your kids find you funny?
My oldest does.
Okay. Hey,
And
good.
she has started to she has started to be funny,
Oh, awesome.
which is
That's
really cool.
awesome.
She's
Yeah.
10, and
Oh, very
yesterday we were, just hanging out at the house or whatever, and I just happened to say to her, I'm like, no, I'm still a young man. She's like, if you were young, you wouldn't be balding.
That's just rude.
Yeah, I said, go to your room.
You were adopted.
You were adopted.
So do you do like a lot of one-liners?
No, I can't remember them. I do have.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a few one-liners.
How does
And-
Mitch Hedberg? How does he do like an hour show and it's all one-liners?
Because I think he was just funny, and he was just like that, and he could write, and if it was funny, he would remember it. I think he even says that if it was funny, he'd remember it.
I mean, that guy was. I think when did he die? Like 2005 or something. But he wore glasses on stage, so people couldn't see his eyes, and he felt like he could hide because he was so nervous on stage. Like he had like serious stage fright. So he wore glasses and often just looked at the ground doing his.
I get
jokes.
scared when I get up there, but it's only the first little part, and then I'll get
Gotcha.
a little more comfortable.
Is it like once you get that first kind of laugh out, people start laughing, then you're kind of in your zone, or?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and then jokes can be muscles, like I said, because they can be muscle memory. I can't barely but ride a bike, you know what I mean? But
I gotcha.
I
Are you
when
warming
I
up
get
a little
drunk,
bit?
I'm still able to ride a bike because the muscles know what to
Gotcha.
do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
do that with like 4 or 5 minutes of material. Be drunk, and because that 4 or 5 minutes of material is burnt into my head, and
Yeah.
like there is no, there is no off script or whatever. It's just me like reading from the friggin'
Yeah, I understand. Like,
depths of my mind.
like once you've seen Lord of the Rings so many times, you can just know what they're going to
just
say,
know what's happening.
and so you can quote it.
Right.
I think it's really. I think comedy is really interesting because, you guys remember Mr. Werner in high school,
No.
the history teacher. Anyways, he said something to me like, keep making people laugh because it's a rare thing, and I don't know about that, but I feel like a lot of comedy for people. And it's something that like I hear a lot of people say is it comes from like trauma in a way, I guess, or something. And you said for you it kind of came from your divorce and stuff, and
Sure.
a way to kind of maybe express yourself or something. And
Right. For
I
other
just think-
people to see me.
Right. Well, okay. Yeah. Well, I just think comedy is very interesting, and I don't know if you guys ever seen those memes, but it's like sometimes the funniest people are like the most depressed or something, and
Sure.
I think that comedy is a very, very interesting form of expression. And for the record, I think you're a funny comedian.
Well, thank you.
I think you're really funny. And
Well, I'm very sad.
Sad and cold.
Sad and cold.
when it comes to joke writing, is this something where you'll think like, "Hey, this might be funny," and you'll write it down immediately, like text it to yourself or something, or
No, the way I write jokes, other people don't write. There is more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I mean?
in this particular situation.
yeah.
And I know people that will sit down and think what is funny
I see.
and write it out.
But I have a little more natural. I like to talk to people. I'll talk to whoever or whatever, and so I have a lot of conversations. And if I say and I'm trying to make the other person laugh, and any conversation I'm in, I've always just tried to make the other person laugh.
Yeah, I think I have too.
And if I say something funny to them, I'll just write down whatever that was, whatever I said to
keep that part in my head, and then and it's just in a note. I used to be that like sad artist guy that carried around a little moleskin, and just was like, I'd be in a crowd of people, I'd say something funny, and then like 2 minutes later, it's like me in the corner, like.
Yeah, you're just writing it down. They reacted this. No. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, interesting. And I feel like when it comes to telling jokes and maybe even joke writing,
I'm very comfortable now, by the way.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, I guess.
You're welcome.
that's a good blanket.
It's a good
there.
blanket.
It's seen a lot of action.
Yeah, I smoke, so you'll need to watch this.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, okay.
Is a lot of it. I feel like you can see the words on a page, but when it comes down to actually delivering it, a lot of it is in how you deliver it.
Yeah.
I feel like like nuances in your voice, because I feel like sometimes you can just read something and it doesn't have that punch until it's told to you in a certain way.
Comedy is frustrating because I thought that I was a funny joke writer.
I thought that I was funny,
and I still think I'm a funny joke writer, but like I'll write out jokes for other people or, offer in jokes or whatever, and people don't think I'm funny.
Well, probably
people
because they
think
don't
that-
see the way that you would deliver it. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I've been told like 2 or 3 times.
I've been told a lot of times that
My comedy is in my delivery.
like I've got a
Okay.
and I don't know if it's an insult or not, but I had a comic tell me one time. He says, when your joke writing matures to your delivery performance, you're going to be a really funny person. And then
Interesting.
And then it never did.
well, it's like some people, if you really kind of listen to what they say, it's not that funny, but it's how they say it. It's like, okay, they made that funny because of how they say it. It could be like the most typical joke out there, but it's just how they say it. It's like, that's funny.
Like Cat Williams has like one of the most like just the way his voice is. you know, and
Dave Chappelle's like that too. I feel like Dave Chappelle talks about. He says like a lot of predictable stuff in the stand-up, but it's just how he says it and like.
I think that the best delivery that anybody had ever had is probably Norm Macdonald.
that brings you to the next question. Who would you say was probably the most influential, not just in your style, but just stand-up comedy, period?
Well, for a long time, I really liked Dave Attell. You ever heard Dave Attell?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Well, he used to have a show on MTV called Insomniac.
I've heard of that
where
show.
he would like go to different cities and party.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
a
pretty
funny
cool.
premise.
But Dave Attell was one of the first comedy albums I ever got. It's called Skanks for the Memories. And it is yeah, there it is. It is literally, it's a joke probably every 7 seconds. And like there are no breaks. And I thought comedy was supposed to be like that for a long time.
Gotcha.
And then I've always known who Norm Macdonald was, but when YouTube got big, or whatever, you find more Norm quotes, and he uses the English language in a different way than Dave does.
Okay,
and so like he uses the least amount of words, or maybe I don't know. I don't know.
He's very
I don't know what I'm talking about.
He's very I don't want to say monotone, but he doesn't really like changes. I feel like he doesn't really change like the level of.
Well,
his
he
voice.
crosses the line that the standard line as far as comedy goes. He's pretty edgy.
Right.
He's pretty edgy out there, and I think that's what a lot of people were attracted to him as well. Because he would say things that's like, oh, but it's funny.
It's Andy Kaufman-esque.
Yeah,
yeah.
His podcast, Norm Macdonald Live, is I think it's one comic putting on a show for another comic. It's just Norm Macdonald trying to either make the other person laugh or whatever. And I think that is perfect comedy. I think big sold out rooms are overrated.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's just because I don't get them.
When I grew up, I mean I knew who Ron White was. Brian Regan, I thought he was good, and he's clean. Brian Regan's.
Oh my God! When I worked at the club down on 103rd, we had Alonzo Bowden.
Okay.
He was performing that weekend. Well, he is buddies with Brian Regan. While Brian Regan was in town to do the Sprint Center.
Oh
or
my gosh.
The Midland or some 10,000 seat room or whatever. And so we get a call. Alonzo called Brian to come and do a set at this club.
No way.
And the room was like this is one of the best moments of my life. The room was like maybe 75% sold. It wasn't like jam packed.
Yeah.
But it was still, a pretty good sized room.
Mm-hmm.
And they had no idea who Brian Regan was.
No way.
And he had just come from doing his, where they gave him like 75 grand or something like that to do that room. And then he came to do our room for 15 minutes and just for like, and it killed for
Did
like,
it really?
No, man, he was so
So nobody even knew him.
Nobody knew who he was.
Okay.
But like, that was one of the best. We weren't allowed to tell other comics, who was coming, but like we called like as many people as we could. Hey, get down to the club right now.
You're going to want to get down here.
You're going to want to be down here.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to be here in like 7 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Brian Regan, Dave Chappelle. I was never really a big Dave Chappelle fan
until his Netflix
special.
That's me
where
too.
he wore the flight suit.
The Chappelle Show. I was never a fan of.
I knew Clayton Bigsby. The black white supremacist.
Yeah. I knew Clayton Bigsby, but I didn't become like a true fan of him until his Netflix special started coming out.
Yeah, and I thought he did a good job.
I think he's done a great job on all of them. Because he's been edgy, but he's under so much scrutiny for a lot of his comedy.
Right.
What about that 18 minutes that he put out on YouTube, where he was on the farm? And
I don't know if I saw that.
it was about the death of.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't really quite remember what it was about fully. But I know which one, on the farm and stuff. I know what you're talking about. Maybe I did see it. Maybe I didn't. Or maybe
and
I
it's
saw a
like
snippet of
about how long they kneeled on this person's neck
before they suffocated
and died.
Okay.
But he talked about, and it wasn't funny. It was like
Serious?
yeah, and it was still pretty funny.
because it's Dave Chappelle.
Right, it was
It's
great
Dave
comment.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
It's Dave Chappelle. It's like
So I guess. So you know Don Rickles. I mean, you met him.
Yeah, one of our old
He was at
buddies.
his funeral. He was at his funeral.
Yeah.
Man. He was one of the pallbearers.
I was at a friar's roast.
Yeah. So he was, I think, probably maybe the first well-known comic to make fun of people and it be funny.
Yeah.
And now I just feel like,
Mainly improv. I mean, super witty.
oh yeah, really witty. And I feel like now you got to be careful with. I get this is something we can talk about. I just feel like nowadays people are so tense that you can't. People are like, okay, you
They're
can't.
ready to be offended.
Yes, like if you joke about this, I'm gonna be offended by it. And,
Right.
and here's the thing, you can be offended by it, but that doesn't mean that like you should try to cancel someone because you don't agree with their jokes or something. But that aside, like, are there topics that maybe comedy should shy away from? I don't really think so. Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Not at all. I don't
Stuff
think
like that.
comics should be censored to shy away from anything. That's their art form. That's what they do for a living. I like the edgy stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because it's like they say something that's like that's hilarious, but it's also kind of true. There's also a serious
Yes.
side to
Right.
it.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, and honestly too, I think a lot of comedians that make jokes about certain groups of people and stuff, it's also kind of their own opinion, but a little bit further a certain direction, like
Right,
a little
gotcha.
bit, but
Gotcha.
that's why I really like Bill Burr. I love Bill Burr.
Okay. I've never been really big.
Well, Bill Burr
guy,
is very.
But I know he's very.
I can when like his comedy when I listen or I watch his comedy, it's like it like relates to me in a sense on like a lot of his jokes. I don't know. He can be pretty edgy. He can.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't like.
But his opinions are based most of the time, or at least, you know, what I see on YouTube or whatever. They're based in something he has seen,
Right.
or, you know, he's not making this stuff up.
Like experience
or experience.
Yeah.
And also he's really good. You know,
Right.
and that's
Right.
and back to that point of like, should comedy shy away from things? No, I don't think comedy should shy away from things, but I also think that comics
Do things for a certain reaction.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. That's a good
and, like,
point. Yeah.
and like that's not
Cool. There are people.
I know comics that, you know, I don't want to hear their opinions on trans rights. You know
Gotcha.
what I mean? Like, or like I don't,
and it's and then there's people that like
I know people for sure who I don't really give a shit about their opinion
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
on whatever, you know, gun
rights or whatever.
Yeah.
and
It's about finding that balance. So if you
Right.
listen like Dave Chappelle or Bill Burr, they make fun of both sides. They really do. You can kind of tell
Yeah,
which side
yeah.
they go towards, but they do make fun of both sides, whether it's politics, gun rights, the alphabet people, as Dave Chappelle calls it.
Well, and that's what comics are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Comics are supposed to be a neutral, you know, a neutral entity that can pick apart one side or the other.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know that's their job. I think that's comedy's job is to have a little a voice of reason through like some hazus gaseous bullshit or whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think, you know, I really think it's a lot about our current culture where people have been getting offended throughout history, okay?
Sure.
It's just that
People
now.
have always been offended.
Yeah, it's just that now people are able to piggyback on people, or people who really have no life experiences are able to like kind of start these movements on Twitter or something, and then eventually, before you know it, someone's kicked out of a show because they didn't agree with their viewpoints
why
or
do
something.
People get so offended or triggered or whatever when they're at a comedy show? Like, you got to know.
Yeah, you got to know what you're getting into
this
when
is
you
a
go.
chance. Like, there's a chance this is going to happen. Then why do they go? Why do they even get offended over something that's probably people are laughing around you? Obviously, it's to be funny
because
and to
they
get a
want
reaction.
because those people want to be offended. They go to these shows and like, you know,
They're looking for a
they're
fight.
looking for
I think a lot of those people
they come in like this.
the Karens, the Karens of the world.
Right.
I think a lot of those people, they were never taught not how to be offended from childhood, or they were only taught to be. I think that's what it is. And I don't know. Like, if you don't want to be offended that day, then don't go to the comedy show. I don't know, man.
Yeah. And Kim, you actively try to offend your
Put
children.
people down.
You actively try to like make them cry and toughen them up.
Right, for sure. You know, when we're playing soccer or whatever, I'll just kick one leg out while we're running. You know?
You gotta do
oh,
that.
Dad, that hurts.
Oh, you broke it.
Used to it.
Yeah.
Oh, you broke it.
No, I'm just kidding. You're a great dad.
Oh, thank you.
Jokes.
Yeah. I gotta wash my hands.
No, he's offended.
No,
He's offended.
I'm kidding. So, what's your next gig?
You
Do
know?
you know yet?
No.
It's right now.
It's actually right
It's
now.
actually
yeah.
right now. This is it.
30 people are on their way over here right now.
No.
You're gonna want to get here in the next 7 minutes.
You're gonna want to be here.
We can't tell you who's here, but he's gonna be here.
I mean, we had an audience for our last podcast, so that was good.
Yeah, that was pretty
That was
cool.
fun.
Yeah. Well, cool. Okay, so I want to talk about your shirt. All right, you gotta strive.
Anything goes. How old is that shirt?
This shirt is
About as old as your oldest daughter, probably.
probably, or ever a little bit older.
So, for people who don't know, the Strive was a band that consisted
Shout
of
out, Michael.
And Nick.
And Nick.
We don't know his last name.
We don't remember his last name, but because he doesn't have one. But I support Michael. I really do. But man, I'd never buy a shirt. So I'd like to thank him for giving me.
I was gonna say, did he get? I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
he gave
surely
me the
didn't
shirt.
buy that. It was probably like $40
Yeah, for sure.
at that time, at least.
Back in the day, that was like 15. That was like 15. $2012 dollars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
inflation. You
Well,
know,
I tell you, when they performed like in the school parking lot. Remember that one time?
So for
Out in
people,
front of the building.
Yeah, for
And
people,
I was
for people
front
who
row.
don't know, the Strive consisted of a couple people from high school. The bassist Michael and the drummer Nick.
And then a couple other white
That's
guys.
all we know about
And
them.
some other dudes.
They
We
sounded
like those guys too.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong.
Just didn't know their name.
We really liked them.
Yeah.
They were nice every time.
He had a beautiful singing voice.
They
They
were
have
beautiful.
one song where he talks about his dad.
Oh
and,
man.
and his is it called Sleepless?
There's a song called Sleepless.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And that was a good song. I mean, his voice was he had a really good voice.
He was great.
He was amazing. That was amazing.
And I remember, I think when I was in high school, I remember he looked old compared to like Nick and Michael.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, dude, this guy's like 35.
Well,
Which at the time he was probably like 24.
You know, we had a band in
yeah,
high
we
school.
had me and Kyle were in a band.
Did you really?
Yeah, with Taylor Moberly.
Really?
He was the drummer. Jaron was the
I was the
screamer.
vocalist.
I'll say
yeah.
vocalist. I played guitar. I was not very
I did
good.
a little
back then.
part-time drumming. A little bang on the bongos,
Little-
time.
Tap the skins.
Yeah. Tap the skin. That's a good one.
Skins. Yeah, there we go.
The Strive, I remember one day, me and Ryan, I think it was in the summer, we're at Silver City in Branson, where all the hillbillies go. This is where all the white people go from Missouri.
Yeah.
Is down in Branson.
Oh, is this your material?
No. This
Okay,
isn't my material. I'm just saying.
Okay.
And there's the Strive playing in front of like 4 people, and we're like in the line for like for a ride or something. And dude, like they were getting around, like they were doing stuff.
They were part of like this big old like music thing in the summer back in 2012 or something. They were there with like I don't know some really big bands, and I saw them last week at the Applebee's.
Oh yeah.
Not the
What the
Denny's.
fuck is up, Denny's?
The Denny's Grand Slam.
Yeah.
You know what video? You seen that video, right?
Yeah.
You seen that?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that would be so awesome.
I always thought that was the Denny's in Independence. Because I'm pretty sure I remember something happening like that.
Really?
There. Yeah. The
Oh
Denny's
my
in
gosh.
Independence.
Dang, that would be
So
awesome.
I want to know the backstory on that. Why is there a screamo heavy metal band in the Denny's?
Apparently, what I heard was that the Denny's was going to close down the next day, like be shut down.
Because it looked pretty empty.
And the manager was like, one of the guys reached out to the manager and was like, "Hey, can we play a concert here?" He's like, "Yeah, come on." And they just started playing screamo. They started jamming.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, good for them.
at a Denny's, dude.
That's pretty fucking punk rock.
Nowadays, that's good marketing right there.
Yeah.
That's good marketing right
So
there.
viral on TikTok right now.
Man,
it's so
are you
good.
on TikTok?
I have it. You know, I don't watch
watch it very often because I get enough of
YouTube Shorts.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
essentially the same thing as TikTok. The same type of videos.
If Vine came out now, I think what happened to Vine is that it came around when smartphones were just kind of getting popular.
The quality was
Or
still
good.
kind of crappy
Yeah.
with Vine stuff, but
That's true.
It
Yeah,
did
yeah.
start a movement, then Facebook bought them out and got rid of them.
I still watch those Vine compilations.
Oh, I do
Oh,
too.
yeah.
They're
Those
gold.
are
They're
fun.
amazing. They're really funny. Jake Paul got his start there, or what's
A lot of
the
people
Paul brothers?
famous right now. Yeah, Jake
Thomas
and Logan
Sanders. You guys remember Thomas
Paul.
Sanders?
Thomas Sanders, yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like
A
the
lot of
KFC
people
guy.
got their
the
start.
KFC guy.
Right.
Colonel
That's
Sanders?
That's Colonel
That's
Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, no. This is his cousin,
Oh, yeah.
Thomas Sanders.
Thomas Sanders. Thomas Sanders.
Now what?
I don't know.
I don't know. What do you guys got? What do you guys got going on for the day?
I
This
got
is it.
mowing. I got yard work to do today. Got to run up to Excelsior and do. I mean, it's
Oh, that's
my
right.
Sundays are pretty calm.
Mhm.
I just try to get some work done, clean house, blah blah blah.
I'm gonna play video games all day.
Yeah. What do you play?
Sea of Thieves.
Lego Star
Don't
Wars.
interrupt me again, Kim, please.
I'm definitely have to clean that now.
Hey, I didn't like blow on it.
looks like a squashed grape.
When I wear a blanket, I really take ownership.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Jeez.
It's like doesn't the wash is all crusty, like it's a.
Feels like Dracula's basement in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right underneath the blower.
It feels great.
I got 5 inches of 68 degree air coming at me.
Yeah. No, I'm playing a game called Sea of Thieves. I'm playing a game called Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
No, what's that called?
Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
What's that about?
This is like a Lord of the Rings esque game. You create your own character. You go out and do quests.
Cast spells.
What about you guys ever play Skyrim?
Oh yeah,
he does. He
I play
does.
that. I play Skyrim. Jared is more of a social gamer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't do like story games.
Really?
I can't do it.
He said
Really?
one time he beat the story to Madden.
No,
That's
they
a
had
football
like
game.
they had like a
Campaign.
begin. Dude, shut up, man. They had like I don't know.
And
then I
they
uninstalled
did have
it.
something called Face of the Franchise.
Lynn Dawson's about to
Yes.
finish his Madden game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Lynn.
R.I.P..
R.I.P.
You met him too.
Lynn Dawson,
Yeah.
yep. Back
Yeah.
in the 60s.
Back in the 60s. Isn't there a picture of him like smoking and like having a scotch at halftime?
Like on the sideline, yeah.
That's badass.
He was a cool dude.
He was
Oh,
cool.
he was a
That's
cool
why they
dude.
called him the cool.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
Lenny
yep.
the cool.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I just remember him being the old guy on Channel 9 News.
Apparently,
For many years when I was a
apparently,
kid.
I didn't know this. Apparently, he hosted the sports part of the show while he was still playing too.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I
Wow.
heard. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. Chiefs' first game was yesterday. Their preseason game. Are you a big football guy?
I do enjoy football, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
More than the strap.
Wait, are you a Broncos fan?
No, that's
Okay.
David.
Yeah, I knew he was.
Uh-huh.
I knew he was, but I wasn't sure if you.
I ran into him at Lowe's last summer.
That son of a
He was
bitch.
walking behind me. He goes, Darren Harden. I go, hey.
Hey.
He's still bigger than me. But he looked exactly the same. I think he's still kind of that mullet.
Uh-huh. Long hair. You know, that guy, and I'm glad. I think that, all right, let's talk about this. Are you guys like, I don't mean to like get deep into
No,
it.
let's get deep.
Are you guys like best friends?
Yeah.
Me and Kyle, yeah.
You guys, all right. So like since high school, right? So
Yeah, my freshman, sophomore year.
Yeah, when he popped my head at the water fountain and busted my lip, you did
me.
that. You said
That was not me.
Yeah, that was you, dude.
That sounds like Joe Hembry, dude.
No,
He was in that class too.
You know, Dave and I have been best friends a long time too. You know.
Yeah. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to Dave.
It's just different. It's I think that if I went back right now and I could talk to like Dave and I's 17-year-old, 16 or 17-year-old selves, or they could talk to us or something, I think they'd be pretty impressed with it.
You think so?
With us, yeah. We're getting old. You know, we're getting old.
How old are you?
I'll be 30 in March.
How old are you going to be in a couple weeks, Jaren?
26.
He will be 30 years old.
I'll be 30 in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we're all back. I mean,
That's stupid. That's dumb.
Guys, this year, no, last year was our 10th year high school reunion.
right.
Did you go to that? I don't think anybody did.
I think like
You couldn't afford it.
Why would I go to North Kansas City just go to the corner bar?
Yeah,
and you
seriously.
can see anybody worth talking to.
So do you
that we went to
remember-
high school with on any given night.
Yeah, there we go.
They should have done. You know Zach Ireland. You remember him?
Yeah.
Well, we work for the same company now, and he's like, why don't they just have like everyone go to this Royals game, or let's everyone go to this Chiefs game and park in this section, and we just have like a massive tailgate. I bet a lot of people would go to that.
That would be cool.
Like, why don't we just do that? Like, you pay for your parking, you BYOB.
Isn't this the class president's problem?
Yeah, but the thing is, what was crazy is like the first time they attempted to do this reunion, it was like Thanksgiving weekend or something, or like right before Thanksgiving, and the two people that set it up, the only reason that it was on that weekend is because they're in town to see their families, so it was like convenient for them. They don't even live here anymore.
Right.
They don't know about the struggle.
They don't know
In
about
Kansas
They
City?
don't get this anymore.
Yeah, they don't get that.
They don't know us.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah, we're getting old.
stupid, man. I hate it. I hate it so much. When I hit about 26 is when I was like, ugh.
Here's the thing,
I'm
though.
feeling it.
Here's the thing, though. I think that we don't realize how young still 20
Oh yeah.
we are in our 20s.
30s is the same as the 20s, just with more money.
I think
Hopefully,
30s is kind of your prime, honestly, because it's when you got the most knowledge, or not the most knowledge, but you used a lot of the mistakes that you made in your 20s, and you don't make them in your 30s, and you really progress in your 30s,
Sure.
as far as whatever that progression is to you.
I think the 30s are going to be more like whatever I thought the 20s were.
Oh, yeah. No,
They're-
that's
but
very
they're
true. That's very
actually
true.
going to be what
That's
I
a good
thought my
point.
20s
That's a
would
good
be.
point. Of course, I've been basically in a career since I was 19, so nothing's really changed much for me. I didn't.
I have a retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do actually. I do. I mean, I have a little bit different experience than a lot of other people, like who are trying to up to the age of like 25. You know, we're just kind of bouncing around.
You're a very
It's not-
passionate lawn man too. You take care of your lawn.
I take care of my lawn.
Did you see that? Did
No,
you see his
not yet.
lawn?
Well, it's not in the best shape. Well, it's we've been lacking
I
rain.
peed on it before I came in.
Did you?
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm doing my part.
Yeah. I mean,
Little
so
thing.
yeah, I have I have like dad tendencies. I do like dad things, but I'm not a dad.
You should get a pool table.
Nah. I don't even like the ping pong table anymore.
Jaren, just get a pool table, dude.
Let's just build you a bar
I got a
down here.
dartboard.
Let's build you a bar down here. We'll put
Ooh,
in
that'd
a
be
pool
cool.
table.
A little bar right in that corner there.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
actually thought about that once when I started taking a sledgehammer to the walls down here in the basement. But it's a cool little man cave. I don't go too crazy with it. This used to all just be storage down here. This was all just trash down here before, about 2 years ago.
Now it's organized trash.
No,
Now it's just organized junk.
No, I see you made a great upgrade.
The horse head, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's Henry.
Henry
the horse. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
And of
fine.
course,
I
you
get
got Tom Cruise behind you. And who's that up top?
That's you got any sarsaparilla?
Sam Elliott, yes.
Sam
Yeah,
Elliott,
you're exactly right. So, okay, I want to say, so I was getting my hair cut yesterday, and the gal who cuts my hair,
She lets you have beer when you're getting your hair cut.
well, this was at 10 a.m. in the morning. She didn't offer me any, but, smart probably. But I've been going and seeing her now. She's been cutting my hair now for, I think, this whole year. The gal who cut my hair the last couple of years has since moved on. But this gal, her name's Hannah. I don't know. She could be listening right now.
You don't have to say a name. You should be like my barber.
I think she's really cute, and I've had like kind of like a crush on her for a while.
I thought you got a haircut from a coworker's wife.
No, not her anymore. She moved.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, we have good conversation every time I'm there or whatever. And I get crushes really easily too. But anyway, we were talking, and I was telling her about this dog that I'm getting. I'm getting a dog in a month, a puppy.
What are you getting?
A Brittany. You have no idea what that is, do you? I'll show you later. I'll show you later. I'll show you later. But no one. See, a lot of people don't know.
It's Brittany, bitch.
The people, yes. That's exactly what it is.
I was like, what kind of dog is that? It's Brittany, bitch.
That's
what you should say.
But so we were talking about that, and she goes, have you got a name picked out? And I officially do have a name picked out. It's going to be Cruise. And she goes, oh, like Tom Cruise. I was like, oh, I'm a huge Tom Cruise fan. And I think I just kind of fell in love with her there for a little bit. She's like shampooing my hair yesterday, doing this, exfoliating of the scalp. And she goes, hey, do you listen to podcasts? I was like, as a matter of fact, I said, me and my friend Kyle, we do a podcast. She's like, no kidding. And I was like, she's like, what's it called? And I said, well, it's Listen To Podcast. Oh, I really like that name. I was like, cool. Even cooler.
Do you want to marry me?
Yeah. But then she goes, what's it look like? Where's that? I'm like, oh, it's on Spotify. And I pull up my phone and I show her like the emblem in case she wanted to listen to it. And I pull up like our last podcast and kind of, I was like, yeah, that's like our camera set up. Like you can watch it on Spotify. She goes, I love that you have Sam Elliott in the background. That's the first thing she says. And I was like, I almost proposed. I almost got down on one knee. And I probably would have pronounced her name wrong. But I would have proposed. I've been like, hey,
have you seen that? Oh, go ahead.
No. I'm telling you, I've never had anyone come down in the basement or say, and I literally go, yeah, this is it. She goes, I love that you have Sam Elliott in the background. I was like, she knew the first thing I said was Cruise. She thought of Tom Cruise. Okay. I show her this. She saw Sam Elliott. I mean, this is it. I mean, come on, let's throw an engagement party, guys. I mean, seriously, I was like head over heels by that point. I was like, oh my gosh, she could be listening because now she knows.
You gotta. Yeah. Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. It's gonna be serious from now on.
Have you got any names picked out, or not got that far yet with her?
No, Jaren
for the kid.
Jaren.
Oh, right. I don't know if I want DNA babies, but but I just thought I should share that because I wanted to share it on the podcast. I was like,
pull this off, this will be the heist of the century.
I've never had, let alone a female, like, oh, Sam Elliott. I love Sam Elliott. Though? I'm like, are you kidding me? So we're different. I don't know. We are pretty different, but I thought it was awesome that she.
Yeah, but you know what? Last week we had Lindsay on here, and Jaren talked about how he was a hopeless romantic, and then this happens.
I never talked about how I was a hopeless romantic.
Well, it's called continuity.
Yeah,
consistency.
Consistency.
Of not.
In case it gets, in case you get, what is that?
Gonorrhea.
Syndicated later.
I don't know. I just wanted to share that because that's like a first.
Sweet. Hey, that's cool, man.
Well, heck yeah.
Well, there's nothing cool about it. I'm just saying, like, it was interesting to me.
What'd your therapist say?
Yeah. I just
you guys are it, man. You guys are it.
Whenever you said you showed her on your phone, I just imagined you like your lock screen was like butt cheeks or something. Here, look at that.
Actually, my lock.
It's like a picture of you in the mirror, like as your background.
My lock screen on my phone, I actually just changed it last week. Was an old friend of mine taking a poop over a bridge when we were out camping once. Put it on the background of my phone and totally forgot it was there until about a week ago. Because I never see it. My notifications are up and I never see it. But
yeah.
Are you guys comfortable with talking about dicks?
Sure, dude.
Jared's
probably the biggest dick I've ever met.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Did you guys see that Tommy Lee picture?
No, no.
From a couple days ago?
No, what happened?
No.
What? Really? Did you guys ever watch? Let's talk about this. Talk about early childhood.
Pamela?
Did you? Yeah, that Pam Tommy video. Did you ever see that?
No.
When you were
they put a movie out about it, like on Hulu or something.
Well, I saw it when I was like 12, right? So like 11 or 12, and I thought that's just what dicks looked like, and I was like, mine does not look. And that like it took me a while to accept that,
Defeat.
accept that mine just will never ever be like that, right? And then he tweets this picture a couple days ago.
What?
Yeah, he tweets this picture of him like sitting like this, and you can't like see his face, but it's his body. You know it's his body because of all his tattoos. And it's like he's got like a toddler's arm holding onto an apple. And it's just like, God, you know. And
Was it full frontal nudity?
yeah,
On Twitter?
yeah,
I'm sure. There's nudity allowed on Twitter, I think.
yeah.
You can show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for a fact
I thought-
that there's nudity on Twitter.
Well, no, I know that. I thought they would take it down, but
No,
No. I think you're actually.
you can't take that down.
I think I heard like a couple years ago, like it's like allowed.
Dang.
I've seen some things.
I don't really get on Twitter, but
yeah, me neither.
Twitter.
good man.
Did you retweet that?
Oh yeah.
Good for that
My guy.
Have you ever shit your pants or pooped your
Oh,
pants?
Long
yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
Recently?
No.
My last one was.
It's like he knows.
Pull up your
My
calendar,
last one
dude.
was probably 3 years ago.
Okay, but what constitutes a full-blown pooping?
I think that if there's something, if like you have to soak your underwear before you throw it in the washer, you've pooped
Oh,
your
that's
pants.
quite a bit.
Oh,
That's quite a
no.
bit.
I just
Yeah.
Maddie does the laundry, so I just put it in the
Whatever.
No, I don't think a full. I don't.
Hey
think
babe, I left you something.
You might want to wear gloves. I don't think I've had a full-blown turd. There's definitely been some like squeaky farts though.
No. I
Okay,
think,
well then-
I think like a turd. I think like
No.
Then it's been
Or,
decades. For me.
Really?
Yeah.
I have 2 instances of pooping my pants since I've been an adult.
Pray
First
tell.
one was after a place that was a childhood institution of mine because my mother loved going there, but a place by the name of Tokyo Japanese Steakhouse. And she would watch him.
Like the adult version of Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, she'd do the hibachi.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah.
and, and she'd be all amazed by cooking skills or whatever. And I think I got some questionable shrimp from there. And because I don't think
He flipped it in your mouth. It's raw.
He flips it into my mouth, and it went right into my mouth and out my asshole.
Skin and all.
No, but it was probably every bit of only about 30 minutes after I ate, and like we're in the car, and it's a long drive back to Liberty from there, I had to I'm in the car and I'm propped up like this. My mom's like, don't put your butt on the seat. From North Oak.
My leg's falling asleep.
I can't do it. I went into a McDonald's. and cut my underwear off.
Hey, there's.
Left it on the floor. You left it on the floor.
Left it on the
And as I
floor.
was leaving, some guy was walking in, and I said, "Oh, watch out!" Some guy.
Oh gosh. Yeah, he's just like, hey, look out, buddy. There's some guy.
Some guy
just left it on.
that was last week.
I'm gonna throw up. That's a good one. Oh man.
So, what's the other incident that happened?
who gives a shit?
It was at Applebee's.
Yeah, it wasn't that funny.
Oh gosh.
There was a. This is not near as
shoot.
funny, but this was. I don't know. This was probably several years ago. Me and Ryan were out fishing out at Crystal Lakes, actually. Man, I had to go.
Are you okay?
Oh, dude. Oh, that was good. I had the bubble gut so bad. And we're on the dam fishing. We're catfishing on the dam fishing. And I do my business. But I had nothing to wipe with, so I used my boxers. And I just tossed them.
Yeah.
I just tossed them. Some guy walked by, and I was like, hey, look at that, you know. Some guy left that there.
Some clown left that.
But the next week, me and my dad are out. What'd you do, man?
Fell off. Watch the video.
Well, anyway, the next week, me and my dad are out there fishing, and someone mowed that dam.
Does he reel it in?
No. Someone mowed, and I told my dad the story about what happened the previous week, and laughed about whatever. We get closer to the dam, and there's my boxers just shredded in a million pieces on the dam.
Oh my
From
gosh.
the week before.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Man. I don't know. I don't have anything like that, guys.
I mean, I have some experiences out camping and stuff. Like, me and a couple of friends, we used to do kayak camping a lot. The rule is you poop before you go.
Right.
But sometimes I don't, when you're doing camp food, trying
Kayak
to make chili.
camping. Now tell me about this.
It's fun.
Really?
It's fun.
Where do you do it at locally?
Well, you go down south, most generally, Pomme de Terre River.
Where's that at?
Down south.
Where is it?
I don't know.
How far south?
There's many inlets and outlets you can get off Pomme de Terre.
In Missouri, though?
Oh, yeah, in Missouri.
okay.
Yeah,
How long
yeah.
of a drive is it?
3 hours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
And basically, Pomme de Terre was our favorite river. We the first time we did it was, I think, back in like 18 or 19. Bald eagles were like following us. It's awesome. They would like fly right over your head and stuff. Yeah. and you look and you're like, but no, that was cool. But Pomme de Terre, you can do Little Platte River, which is actually just feeds into Smithville Lake. But those little nightly ones, Pomme de Terre, we did the Sac River. Cool name. We've done that.
That happens to me in the summer too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gross.
How long did you guys ride the sack?
That was actually in 18 or 19 when there was
that's pretty
like
big.
record.
Yeah.
Like record flooding. So the river was up like 18 feet, and you'd go like, we went like 10 miles in like 2 hours.
How big usually is the sack?
In the winter, does it get smaller? Or
I'm not sure. I haven't been there in the winter.
Oh, check that out.
But Pomme de Terre River was like the best river. It's out in the middle of nowhere. And then there was one, the last time we did it, speaking of the guy who was pooping off a bridge, we needed to take we go under this bridge, and it's a farmer's bridge. It just connects two fields is what it does. My buddy was like, okay, I gotta poop like he always does. So we go up on the bridge. So he couldn't find a good shitting log is what we call it.
Uh-huh.
Like you gotta have good shit.
You gotta
logs.
have a good poop log.
Well, he didn't have a good poop log, so he just pooped off the railing of the bridge because he couldn't elevate, his butt cheeks, and that's where I got us like a selfie with him there.
Pretty cool.
He's doing that, and we hear something coming down the trail, like a tractor coming down the trail.
Oh no!
And we're like, dude, pinch it off, man! Oh no! We run down to our kayaks and take off, and thank God we got out of there because the farmer comes around with his tractor, old farmer. He breaks down on the bridge.
No!
And we're just like paddling. And I think he saw us, but yeah, literally Zeno, we just shit off his bridge.
Stupid idiot.
Yeah, stupid farmer.
But no, kayak camping is awesome.
Nice.
Kayak camping is awesome.
Uh-huh.
It is fun, but we haven't done it since.
Do you rent a kayak or do you?
Well, no, I got one.
Oh, okay.
I can show you when we're done here.
Real big boat.
There's two in the garage actually. But no, it's fun. We haven't done it in a while. We've kind of 2020 kind of put stuff on hold a lot. In 2020 we decided to try hiking, like a 15-mile hike, and we ended up making it about 2 miles in. We're like, we're gonna set up camp here, and we just walked out the next morning.
Nice.
But we haven't been since. I've been out kayak fishing, like on local ponds and stuff like that. I've been out 2 times this year already, kayak fishing, but not big camping.
I'm interested in this camping life.
Go up to a place where you got no cell service.
Uh-huh.
It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Sure, no, I like that.
That's what you want to do. You roughneck it, man. You're out there, and like if someone gets hurt, you're screwed. Especially, yeah. So you got to be careful.
So you should bring a gun.
So like if they twist their
Oh,
ankle,
break
like,
your
I'm
leg.
sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we're packing some heat when we're out there.
Are you really?
Oh, heck yeah.
There's black
Mountain
bears.
lions, dude.
Oh, mountain lions.
There was Pomme de Terre. There were several mountain
Oh,
lions.
let's talk about this. What is the biggest animal that you think that you could take more than 5 out of 10 times?
More than 5 out of 10 times.
The biggest animal.
Easily a roly-poly.
Easily.
10 out of 10, actually.
10 out of 10. Well, but you might give him one just in case.
Do I have weapons?
No, this is barehanded.
Hand-to-hand
Can I
combat.
have a ring on?
Yes, if you're wearing it right now.
You're good.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even like allowed a pen. Like what if I had like a pin in my shirt?
Now you are. But if you take that out, you don't get it anymore.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this in.
It's like they find a black bear dead and it's got like Jaren's indention from his ring.
They could read his name off of it.
Class of 2011.
Well, definitely not a bear. Maybe like a fawn,
Fawn?
like a white-tailed deer.
Now, the animal is bloodlusted.
Kangaroo, maybe? Would a kangaroo?
Oh, I don't know, man. That's
Kangaroos, dude. Those things are Mike Tyson.
right.
Yeah, no, I know, but if you kind of, if they're bloodlusted.
A kangaroo doesn't want to eat you though. It just wants to like slap you around.
Right, but in the hypothetical, this animal, it's either kill you or
be killed.
It knows it's gonna die.
It's gonna defend itself. It's gonna defend itself. Okay.
The biggest animal.
Rosie O'Donnell.
I remember the first time I heard that in 1993.
Yeah,
Great year.
Great year.
Here. The big. You go first.
Yeah, obviously you've thought about this.
I think about this a lot, and I talk about it a lot.
Okay.
I used to think at one time, I used to think that it was a mountain lion, right?
Oh,
and
no
then I
way,
saw
dude.
this video of a mountain lion.
Wrecking somebody.
No, it was chasing a squirrel around a tree, and it was like, so like it's on the ground, right? And it's moving pretty fast. Actually, whatever, but it's moving pretty fast. And so like it gets up on this tree, and then it's just like upside down and going around, or running on this tree basically around and like up and down and friggin' gets the
No,
squirrel.
there's no way, dude.
So then I thought it was maybe a police dog.
A German Shepherd.
A German Shepherd.
You ain't getting pet now.
I don't know. I think that I've got a German Shepherd at least 5 out of 5 times.
Here's the thing, man. If a dog gets their chompers on you, oh, dude.
Oh, it's done.
Dude, it doesn't matter if like you like they got your chompers on you and you're like stabbing them with your ink pen. Dude, it ain't gonna affect them, dude. All they care about is killing you. That's how they're trained.
I would.
Right.
5 out of 10 times, I'd probably do a large sea bass.
A large sea bass.
All you have to do is take it by the tail, throw it on land, you're done.
Right. What if in water?
Oh, if it was in water,
A sword.
I'd drown it. No, I'm kidding. No. If it's a sea bass, I just put my hand down its throat, pull out its innards,
Rip it out.
rip it out, throw it back in the water to get his friends there, and then they see that their friend Nigel like dead with the inside out, and then I'm over there dropping elbows,
Kicking them.
I'm putting my foot right in their gills.
You're wearing them like those flip flops you can buy at Walmart.
Those bass slippers.
Yes.
I don't know, man. That's
probably-
difficult. Dude, I can't think of anything other than like a bug, like a mountain lion. Dude, you're dead. A police dog, you're donezo.
Okay,
I don't know
a
about
deer.
I'm sure that there's.
Deers aren't blood. Well, okay, so if
No,
they're-
he's saying if it's
I've
bloodless.
seen a buck. I've seen that. Have you seen
Oh,
that
do
video
they
of that
slap
buck
you?
just beating the shit out of the hunter? He's like up on his hind legs.
oh, dude, those things pack a punch, man.
And it's glorious because it's huge. You know?
Yeah.
You know what? Probably a turkey. Those things are pretty
A
rare.
turkey?
I could.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Easily 5. Yeah, easily 5 out of 10.
All right, now a blunted weapon,
Oh, blunted weapon.
like
so
an iron pipe.
Oh, a police dog.
A police dog.
I
with
would
an
not.
iron pipe?
I would smack it.
Yeah, I think that an iron pipe
Colonel Mustard
completely
with the pipe,
changes.
you know.
I think that
Kangaroo.
completely changes.
Probably
it.
kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, I could probably take a kangaroo.
Yeah, yeah.
That's probably honestly. The
You really need
biggest
the
one.
reach. You know, that pipe extends your reach pretty good. So.
Have you've seen that video of that guy punching the kangaroo in the face?
Yeah, because his dog was attacking his
so
dog.
satisfying.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, he squared up, and then the dog ran off, and he kind of like, cool, the dog's cool. And then he didn't even need to punch it. He just did it. The dog was free, man. He had the dog in like a headlock, and like a full Nelson.
Did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kangaroo did. So the guy runs up like, what up, dude? And he lets go, and the kangaroo like, okay, I got this guy now. So he squared up to him. But he saw the dog ran off. He just went, that's it, and walked off. Like he didn't even need to punch him. But
in what other situations do you get to punch a kangaroo?
Exactly.
They don't let you do that at the zoo.
No,
they don't like that.
Would you guys be able to take a great ape?
No.
You know, I heard that chimps will rip your freaking face off.
Oh my God, chimps are crazy. Jamie, pull up that picture of chimps.
Dude,
I heard chimps don't
monkeys,
give a frick, dude.
The primate family monkeys, no matter how small they are, dude, they will rip your face off. They're like super squirrely.
Have you ever interacted with a monkey?
No.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A trained one.
Really?
It was like a fourth grade. I went to a friend's birthday in the fourth grade, and his parents got a guy with a trained chimp to come, and we got to like.
Oh, a chimp?
It wore a diaper, and we got to hold its hand and walk around the basement with it.
A baby chimp?
I don't know, a normal one, like this tall, and you go,
Nope.
You go, boom, and it goes, falls over. It does tricks and stuff.
Nope. I'm out on that one.
Dude, it was
I'm out on
awesome.
that one.
And the trainer was like, I forget its name. It was like Betsy or something. Man, it was cool.
I saw a video of a chimp like crawling with this dude in the jungle or whatever, and the chimp like gets up this up, you know,
Yeah.
he just gets up and it's tall for the dude, so the chimp turns around, grabs his hand, and then just pulls the guy.
Oh,
up.
dude, they're wicked strong.
Holy crap!
Dude,
Yeah.
they're wicked strong. Like I want to know how much like a gorilla can bench press. He's like 650.
Here's what the Romans did right. Putting different animals in that ring to fight each other to the death. I don't know if I should say this on a public forum, but I would give a considerable amount of money to like watch a grizzly bear fight a orangutan or
A gorilla.
a gorilla. Yeah, because that sounds awesome. How does that not sound awesome?
Yeah,
I would give that sounds awesome.
You would just curiosity to see what would happen,
Right?
You know, and see.
I mean, I don't
That
condone
way-
the animal abuse, but I'm here.
That
I'm
way-
not going to stop it.
And
So
you-
let's
Who am
place our
I?
bets.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I?
And you don't know whether the grizzlies or the chimps can become intelligent life, and they might do, Planet of the Apes style and try to take us over, and we got to know how to defeat them.
Right. We got to know their weaknesses.
Yeah, so
It's usually firearms.
Firearms.
yeah, that's true. Or milk.
Milk. They don't do milk a lot.
Catnip. They love catnip.
You know, if we just keep polluting, they'll all die off anyway.
Mm.
We didn't think about that.
I don't recycle, so
I don't recycle either.
I'm ahead there.
I like to think I recycle, but
Like sometimes I'll just throw all that shit in the trash.
I do.
I
don't
never
recycle.
Yeah. I
People think I'm crazy for it, but I just don't really. I don't care.
I don't know if I ever really recycled either. I don't know. I just never did. Oh,
My
yeah.
dad's really big about recycling.
Is he?
Oh my gosh. They'll be like, go up and like, you just have a 2 on the bottom? And I'll look.
Are you
And-
serious?
Oh my gosh. If I throw that, like, when I was a kid, even now, I'll go over to like their house or something. I'll throw this like in the trash and be like, do I have a 1 or a 2 on? I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking. That's
funny.
recycling. I'm like, okay.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
The
The
number?
number on the bottom. So like, that's a 1, so that's recyclable.
Uh-huh.
And that's a 1, so that's recyclable.
Uh-huh.
What's a 2 mean?
It's recyclable too. I think 1s and 2s are like recycling.
But what's the difference? Like,
I don't know. That's just what he taught me. That's what he told me.
Okay,
Growing up
okay.
all the time.
okay.
He's probably got it completely backwards for like the last 40 years. Last 40 years, he's been doing it backwards.
did you
Yeah.
see that they found these worms that will eat plastic?
I heard about that.
Yeah,
That'd be.
That's kind of cool.
What
Yeah.
about the nuclear fission thing?
From a couple of days ago.
I heard about that. Did you hear that?
This is
That's the cleanest form of energy that we've ever made.
Right.
well, nuclear is a clean form of
Well,
energy to
this is
begin with.
isn't this like the optimal?
Yeah,
It's like the optimal power.
this is like
output.
Dr. Octopus if he were good.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh.
It's like the cleanest and most optimal way to use that
Yep.
that throwing atoms together that they found
You know what's interesting too
Or something.
is
I didn't read it. I just looked at the headline.
Yeah, that's a movie quote he just did. Getting from the core.
That is from Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Right?
Power it
up, Rosie. Anyways, okay. Statistically speaking, I read something in a book that nuclear power is the safest and most reliable and efficient form of energy creation. Because the number of incidences that have happened,
natural disasters,
have in comparison to other incidences with power and stuff like that.
Coal fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Loss of lives
nuclear is the safest
per production.
Well, yeah, I
so,
remember when that tsunami hit Japan several years ago, the nuclear thing was a huge deal, but so rare that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Natural disasters are I guess war.
They happen because they're so the fallout, the nuclear fallout, and because they're so they're just very I don't know, maybe romanticized as being very dangerous, I guess. And they are dangerous, but
it's got to be dangerous.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Well, remember when people were freaking out because the Russians were bombing that
Treblinka?
Or not Treblinka. Chernobyl?
Sri Lanka? No, in Ukraine.
Yeah,
And people were freaking out.
Speaking of that, sorry, did you have a thought about? Were you going to say something about nuclear energy? Okay.
He just want to read a headline.
I forgot. I forgot.
He's only got headlines.
I just saw a headline today that talked about how Ukraine is actually they're doing really good right now against Russia.
Right.
Apparently, they lured Russia into this little area and they cut them off, and now they're surrounded.
So they got water behind them or something?
I don't know.
Did you, speaking of war and stuff and cool things, did you see how we killed the leader of the Al-Qaeda?
Have you seen that or heard about it?
Was it with a bomb?
Well, it was with a thing called the ninja bomb. And,
Dude, sick. I'm in. What's up?
So this guy was in a room with 9 people, right? And they shoot this bomb, and it doesn't have an explosive head on it. What it has are blades that come up and out of it. So this dude is in a room with 9 people. They know exactly which one he was. And this fucking missile just either goes in through the window or it makes its own hole in the wall. But when it gets close, it extends these blades out, and it's spinning or it just chops. So imagine being in a room with somebody, and then boom, and then this guy has just exploded.
See you on Xbox tonight?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jeez.
How that is.
I love the name, though.
The ninja bomb.
Kind of like the Moab, mother of all bombs. I love
The
that.
ninja bomb.
Yeah.
That reminds me of this. It's just a gaming reference, okay? Call of Duty. People shoot these missiles that lock on you, and they go up in the air first, and they come down. We were playing, and I see this flash of light off in the distance. I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And it's coming up. And it comes straight towards me and my brother, and we got. And it was funny at the moment, I guess. That's one of those jokes that you write down on paper, and it just delivery's off.
Right.
You know,
We'll talk. Well, I'll give you some notes. later.
Okay, yeah, please. I just picture it like it's the the ninja bomb is just like Biden throwing a paper airplane out the White House, and it goes all the way over there. They're like, what the hell
Does
is
it
that?
shoot the blades, or does it go in there and just start spinning like one of those things that we did with kids?
So
Beyblades.
I think it's spinning in the air.
Yeah.
And then when it gets in there,
It just
past
extends
the
blades.
wall, it extends these blades outside of its body, and is spinning and chops his.
That's wild.
Dude, that's like those Beyblades, dude.
Yeah, it's like a giant $1 million Beyblade that we used to kill brown people.
Check this out. Anyways, I do think I think Ukraine's doing good. I think Ukraine's doing good.
Well, they're inviting weapons techs and
Weapons manufacturers in there to test out their new.
Oh yeah, that's.
They test out their new stuff, right?
Yeah,
And just to,
I think so.
hey, here's an active battlefield, and
Yeah.
we're pretty much in control. And
Russia's just throwing human pain and suffering at it until.
Apparently, Russia's technology is from the 90s.
Right.
Oh, dude,
Isn't that
got
crazy?
They got
using
Joe
Garmin.
Stalin's. They got Joe Stalin's stuff.
Joe Stalin.
Old Joe Stalin.
Old Joey.
Oh, Joey.
Joey.
Yeah.
Joey.
Oh,
As
Joey.
you know,
But seriously, their tanks are from the early 80s and late 70s and stuff.
well, and even on their airplanes, they're using circa 2012 Garmin GPS just like taped.
It's like they're boating ones to see the depth of the lake. But
So they notice at the depth chart when they drop it out the window. And now.
yeah, looks good. Yeah. I've said this ever since we had the conflict with Russia when they were using like weapon. What are they, like gas, Nova gas and stuff.
Bioweapons.
Yeah, bioweapons in because that's apparently like illegal in war.
It is illegal.
Geneva against the Geneva Convention.
It is.
So is bombing a hospital, schools, and things like that, which Russia doesn't really give a crap about stuff like that.
America does either.
But,
yeah.
Russia
You could be
had been
right.
using supposedly bioweapons against Syria for several
Well,
years.
what I was gonna say is back in like 2018, it was like right when Trump won. One of the first things that happened was he shot missiles into Syria to blow up Russian bases.
Yeah.
And leading up to that, at the UN meeting or whatever, Russia was like, "You can try, but we're going to shoot down all your missiles." And what happened was we shot our missiles over there, and Russia maybe took out like two of our missiles, and then the rest of them hit. And leading up to that, and even after that, I was just I hold the opinion that Russia is all talk, no show, that they had to put on this facade, but I think there's like famine going on in Russia. I think
absolutely.
I think and clearly this war has shown that they're in
Russia failed in the 80s when they invaded Afghanistan, and then the US gave them a bunch of they're not spankers, that's Halo.
rocket launchers.
Well, they were the ones that have like guided missiles.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There's a name for them, but the U.S. gave the Afghan army a bunch of them and shot down every helicopter that they had.
Yeah.
And Russia
So,
left.
I just think Russia is all
Like
talk.
they
and
failed in
no show.
Afghanistan. Even
Well-
like they couldn't even defeat those guys.
Well, the way I heard it is that Russia is so corrupt and on every level that whenever a person has a bit of power, they use that power to somehow get money. Like they'll have arms and they'll sell some of the arms, but tell the uppers they still have all of them. And so when all that information gets up to Putin, I think Putin. I read somewhere, and it's the theory that I liked because again, we don't know anything about. We don't have an in. Nobody we know knows anything about that. But the one that I liked the most and that I choose is that like Putin has like heard for so long that we got this and this can do that.
Oh, I see.
But they can't. They've just
That's an interesting theory.
Squandered this money away that maybe Putin had an overinflated sense of power.
I remember for a couple years there was a time when Putin was almost like romanticized, like he was the cool guy. I feel like there was a time in there, but now, I mean, he's just.
I thought my thought was that Putin just liked his country, and he was he might have been a lot of things, but he loved his country, and he worked for the KGB,
as you would back in the 60s,
right?
No, I'm kidding.
Right, and that's how that's politics, I guess.
Yeah.
Over there, at least, and
but going back to your point about how we don't know anything, I think my time in the military kind of showed me that there has to be some sort of understanding, some sort of respect for our president, whether you like them or not, because they're privy to information that nobody else knows. And, they make decisions based off that classified information.
Sure.
And sometimes we might be like, oh, why did they do this or why they do that? And oftentimes it's because they have information that we don't know about.
Just don't know.
We just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. But that's not to say that we can't be critical of things. I mean, I don't want to pay $5 for gas. Like, that's just stupid. And there's nothing classified about that. It's just that,
right.
But did you have anything in closing that you wanted to say? Are you warm?
I am warm now.
Turn the AC back on. So,
I'm finally
because I am
comfortable.
burning up.
I am finally.
Well, let me start recording then.
I'm actually burning up.
Yeah, let's start all this over.
Yeah, let's
let's get the points down that we wanted, and then we'll jump back in.
Tell your
this was a fun one.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, man.
No, thanks for having me.
This
I
is our
really
longest
enjoyed
podcast.
this.
It's an hour and a half, dude.
Well,
And it felt like 5 hours.
Really? Yeah, it felt forever.
No, yeah, this is our longest one. So I want to have more guests on it. This is great.
We'll have to have you on again.
You should. Next time I come on, I promise I'll have something to push or promote or something.
Okay. Are you on any social? You're on Facebook, right?
I'm on Facebook, but don't add me.
Find me.
What about your comedy? Don't you have a comedy page?
Don't add that one either.
Do you really have one?
Yeah, I have a comedy
okay.
page. I don't get on there, and people send messages, and it's super sad because I'll get on there every once in a while and see people that have tried to book me, and then I just like delete the message. So I never think about it.
So you never think about it.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
And so find me on the YouTubes at the Cameron Whitfield Comedy Experience.
Okay.
I don't post anything on there, but there's a couple of things.
They can also find you on OnlyFans.
Find me on OnlyFans. I'm
Farmers Only.
Farmers Only. Yeah, you can find me on OnlyFans at Tommy Lee Lookalike. That's my username.
Nice.
Okay, well, dude, Ken, thank you so much
Thank
for coming
you.
on,
Thanks for
man.
coming, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I love the podcast. And,
Yeah. Hopefully, I think our dream would be to obviously upgrade the camera, upgrade the audio, get somebody in here who knows what they're doing with that stuff. But no, we really like it, and we've said like, even if we only had like maybe 2 people listening, we still like to do it because we like to talk.
It's
Well,
fun.
right. It's a good excuse to have somebody on that you like, or that you want to know more
I
about,
hate
and
you.
pick their brain. Yeah, well, join the club.
yeah. Thanks for like sharing with us a little bit about their comedy experience and kind of the behind the scenes there. So, I guess we'll see everybody next time. Try not to poop your pants.
Yep.